Hey everybody, welcome back to another round. We're back with SummerHouse Martha's Vineyard, Season 2, Episode 4. And much like Jordan, I got an attitude. So there's that. Okay, here we go. Anyways, we're going to get into it, y'all. We're going to hear, come on in, come on in. We're going to get into it because right now I'm feeling Jordan's energy. I'm feeling every bit of it, all right? Hell, in my opinion, Jordan was not wrong. No, just playing. Let me stop. Come on in. Come on in. We're going to get started because we got a lot to cover real quick to get through episode 4. So thank you all for being with me. If this is your first time here, please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe to the video if you have not already. And if you're watching this on the replay, please leave a comment down below. We appreciate all comments, no matter what they are. Okay, just go ahead and leave a comment. All right. And if you're not new here, let me know by throwing those hearts in the chat or your shot glasses. Let me know that you're here and ready to get filled up. Have your cup filled up, okay? If you need a refill, let me know. I am your local bartender. I will be refilling all drinks today. So let me know what y'all need. In the meantime, in between time, come on in, get up in here. Let's get started on Martha's Vineyard, SummerHouse, okay? Child, it has been a season already, and like they said, they ain't even had a full week, and we've been getting into the drama and the tea. Hey, TT, hey, Bria, hey, ladies. Child, we've been getting into the drama and all of it, all the above. I don't even know where to start with this thing. I guess we're gonna start where we left off from last time. Summer and Jordan having a back and forth and back that carries into the whole house, and everybody fall out in tears and everything. Of course, you know, Sean gonna be late. No matter on time, how on time he know the time is gonna be, he just gonna be late. Jesus. This is probably why Jordan be mad, okay? Because niggas be late. This is probably exactly why Jordan be mad. I have no clue. But anyways. And let me just get into it. I'm a little bit under the weather, so that's part of the reason I am not feeling well. Okay, I got a whole attitude. I hate being sick. That's one thing about me, is I really do hate being sick. So I feel under the weather, and so this is what y'all getting right now. Y'all getting attitude. Work with me. I'm gonna be like y'all favorite auntie out there. Work with me. All right. Summer storms off, and in her confessional, she states that at dinner, she had asked Jordan not to speak to her disrespectfully, and in the car, Jordan proceeds to do it again. So this is where we had left off last week when Jordan was sitting here, and they were going back and forth on in the car about some argument. We didn't even get to the bottom of the argument, where it was going or nothing, because, you know, Summer was screaming and carry on, and then Jordan starts screaming, and then the guys are chiming in. So I know at this point, a whole new cast, everybody crying every 5 seconds. Child, it was victims everywhere. Okay, it was like a little massacre going on. Come on up, Seaway. You ready, girl? Hey, girl.
Hey.
Yeah, we're just talking about where we left off last week with Jordan and Summer and the crying of it all, because child, one got the tears and then the other one got into tears, and I'm like, what the hell is happening? I know you watched the episode and was like, if one more person start crying.
Yeah, it was a lot of confusion. I actually do understand why Summer was crying though.
Mm-hmm. I understand her tears. I didn't understand Jordan's.
No, I didn't understand Jordan's. I did understand Summer's though, because she was drunk. And also I do think Jordan gets away with being rude all the time and talking to people sharply. And it doesn't seem like anybody has anything to say for her doing that. So it just seemed like Summer was tired of being spoken to the way she was spoken to. So I understood that, to be honest. Seemed like it was just getting to her or whatever. So
yeah, I was like, I understood her tears when they went to relay the message back to Jordan. It's always somebody that want to relay the message all wrong and stuff. But you know, she was just expressing that apparently that, she was here for Jordan's tears earlier and being empathetic to her cause. However, when it's time for her, Jordan can't seem to do that back in return. She never stated what the issue was about her, whatever and stuff. And Jordan proceeds to take it upon herself to fill in those blanks as, oh, you're talking to my enemy. I'm trying to figure out when Jasmine became such an enemy to you.
I think she was mad that Shanice knew. Wasn't it Shanice? She didn't want Shanice to know. Was that the problem?
No, it was Jasmine. They panned the camera over to Jasmine when she was talking about it. Because earlier she was talking to Shanice about Shanice is not her enemy at this point. Jordan's the only one she's not having a problem. She has a problem with. She was there for Shanice early when Summer was getting into it.
Okay. Yeah, so. I didn't hey y'all, I didn't understand that. I think Summer was messy in the past with some things, like with the attire thing when it came to Shanice, but she wasn't messy here. She was just saying like, hey, I was just there for her and she's not there for me. I didn't see what the problem was. And I also feel like Summer, oh yeah, Jordan mentioned Shanice. Yeah, I thought she was talking about Shanice, who she didn't want to know.
But when she mentioned Shanice's name was only, I don't remember her mentioning her name at the thing. It was only at the table when she was saying she was defending her friend with Alex. That was the back and forth with Alex.
Crazy homebody girl saying, what are they saying she's like in real life? I'm curious because on this show, Jordan to me is the definition of someone who's very unhappy, who tries to make other people unhappy, or a person who gaslights people because they're unhappy. That's all I get from Jordan. She's unhappy because her hair is falling out. She's taking care of her grandparents. She doesn't have a man, and so she's mean.
Bria said that apparently everybody knew about her condition.
So then what's the problem?
And I don't know how Shanice is the problem, because you was just in Shanice's face talking about Summer. So you being just an agent of chaos at this point, if that's it. Because you was just running your mouth about Summer.
And I don't understand Jordan. I don't understand Jordan. Jordan to me is two-faced, and she gets away with being two-faced, and she gets away with gaslighting people.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure why she gets away with all of it, to be honest. That's all I could think this entire episode. I'm like, you were crying because you're losing your hair. I get that. We're all attached to our hair. And if you're not a wig girly and now all of a sudden you have to wear wigs, I'm sure it's like overwhelming. I'll be crying if somebody made me wear my hair every day. Okay, so I get it. I would be upset. But it's just like she does too much.
Yeah, my biggest problem with it, and I know we're going to jump forward because I'm staying with this whole segment of it all, is that the fact that when Summer does come to have the talk with you, you make it seem like it's all Summer in the wrong here. Like Summer actually did something wrong instead of resolve the actual issue that y'all was having in the car, which Summer says, listen, you talk to me rudely, you don't talk to me nice and stuff. And Summer seems to sit there and apologize for her behalf, like, okay, yeah, I shouldn't have said anything. My bad for being vulnerable and venting to people I actually trust around here. But here you are, you talk to me some type of way like I'm not your friend. And what's good with that? And she just like, okay.
Because Jordan does what a lot of people, and especially women, do when they're trying to escape accountability. They look to see what you did wrong and they focus on that. Jordan doesn't want to take accountability for the fact that she speaks to people in a very harsh, sharp, and nasty way. So what she did was she created something out of nothing. What Summer said about her crying in the bathroom, all to deflect from the fact that the original problem is that you talk to people crazy. You were talking to her crazy. That's the original problem. The original problem is not her telling people that she was crying in the bathroom. She did that on purpose.
And I have realized in this whole episode that Jordan has a problem with being vulnerable. I think she thinks being vulnerable is weakness, because she did the same thing with Alex. She flipped that moment on Alex or whatnot when he was basically saying, "Hey, listen, this is the first time."
To her.
Yeah, he really was trying to be kind. I didn't see him being malicious or anything in that moment. He was like, he was just basically saying, "Hey, this is the first time I really got to know you." And had he finished, I think he would have been like, "Man, I kind of appreciate this." Because this is really the first time we get to know her too. We really don't know Jordan outside of this, unless except for the people that watch Winter House got a little bit more of her or whatever. But from from what I gather, especially if Sean was here, he would tell us that she's kind of the same. She just a little bit nicer because she was trying to get with somebody on there. But other than that, you're kind of closed off. And so this is the first time people that don't know you got to know you. And he was being very appreciative of that moment. And she just went on a tirade and snapped on him like, well, you would have got to know that if you wasn't too busy judging. And yes, he was being prejudgy on the ladies or whatever and stuff, especially Shanice. But it was like, this is not about Shanice right now. This is about you having your moment to open up and share. And he was appreciating you for it.
That scene was also crazy though. He's breaking down crying. I was just like, this is too much. This is too much.
I was like, everybody pregnant. Everybody got pregnant.
This is too much.
Here goes Sean here. Hey, Sean.
I don't know what to do with you today.
Yeah, I got my Jordan energy, so there's that. Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm sick. Like I'm going through something. Shoot.
Jesus, you need a hug or something, girl.
I do.
I had to channel my inner man energy. I said, I'm just gonna ignore it.
No, y'all been ignoring. That's the damn problem. See.
I'm like, dang, what y'all say? You do everything for a woman, and she's still mad at you. What the hell?
I ain't did shit.
I didn't even realize we were live, by the way, until I looked up.
No, it's like, I done planned out my whole day. I went shopping between a certain times. I was like, I got to be back for Jay. Still get cussed out.
Yeah, but here you go. I got to be back, but not once did you say, yes, that's a good time. Only person that gave me that was Sean.
You said earlier in the chat, you said the 6 work for you. And I said, works for me. Sean said, works for me. And then you hearted it. I think Sean hearted my works for me.
I don't remember heart your shit. Listen.
So now you're gonna have to go back to the evidence.
She took a nap. She took a nap and woke up ready.
Yeah, woke up on 10. I said works for me.
Didn't that Ready to Love group chat teach you?
No, I didn't heart yours. I didn't heart yours.
And I think Sean must have hearted mine. So I thought
you hearted yours. Yeah. The last thing I heard it was the cleavage thing, and that's the last thing I seen.
The chat is steady going, and we over here cussing about.
They watching us hash it out like we at the table. Hold on, they gonna watch us hash it out like we at the table. I'm
like, what the F?
There have been a lot of lies set around this dinner table here tonight, but that you can't believe.
We gonna work it out, y'all. We gonna work it out like these.
Like, please, somebody tell Jay for she blow a casket. I'm coming.
I was communicating as a proxy, and that wasn't even working.
Ain't nobody about to start crying, that's for sure.
That was not even working. She was like, "What am I supposed to do with that information?" I was like, "What the?"
And I can see.
Like, she's going to make the lie. What? How do you? What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say?
Y'all should have see how I woke up. I woke up like this. Mad. Just woke up mad.
Like, oh, now I got to do a live now. It's like, oh, shucks. So once we got Seaway songs, and where's Kojo? Now on a good day, we can't count on Kojo.
You got a 30-minute window.
That nigga dancing in the streets of
Kojo is the one that has the plane ticket but we don't know if and when he's gonna arrive at the airport. So
For real.
So y'all been
Just pulling the field right now. Just want to come in and disrupt everybody's shit, and then
we see Aries in the chat. Happy belated birthday.
Happy
Aries had her good B-Day
Yeah.
yesterday.
Oh Lord.
Aries, I'm so slow. I did not know you were at Aries.
Seaway, Lord. What?
I didn't understand that.
Not Miss Cleo not knowing Aries' name is also her astrological sign.
I didn't know.
Oh Lord, Miss Cleo, do better.
Whew, our resident psychic is slipping.
For real. I normally know all. Clearly, I messed up.
Oh, Jesus. Anyways, no, we were saying about Summer's attitude because some people were saying not Summer, with Jordan's attitude, but you said on Winter House her attitude is pretty much the same, slightly better.
They said she's more relaxed over there.
No, Winter House, she was going through the same motions, sliding down the wall. It's this time she doesn't have a guy to focus on. Last season, she was torn in between the two, like Latoya Luckett. She was between Amir and Alex. They was giving her some attention. This season, I don't think anybody's giving her attention, so she's uptight.
She ain't liking that. She ain't liking none of that.
I really can't picture her with a man. She's miserable. For how cute she is, I just don't know what man wants to be around her. I mean, I personally wouldn't want to be around her. She's a bad attitude. And she's mean, actually. I rarely use mean for people. She's mean. Mm-hmm. The way she snapped on Alex when Alex was trying to have a nice moment with her, I was like,
listen, I got a little bit more fire left. So thank you, Aries, for letting us know you was using your representative. No, just
Aries, just know you walked in at the right time. Today was on one for the last 30 minutes. She was on a rant and a roll.
She was channeling her Aries energy.
Child, the wildfire was started. Ain't no putting it out. Oh, child. All right.
I had to go. What I do in Mexico, Sean, but I had to just go sit on the beach.
In Mexico. We went to Mexico.
Oh yeah.
Is this code for something? Like
no. In my head, I wish it was Mexico, child.
Oh.
It might have ended up better.
Exactly. And I just said, you just sit on the
I give up.
Everybody's screaming around me. I'm just
I was like, we've been to a few places together, but in Mexico, I don't think so.
That's where we need to go. That is where we need to go.
I'll be there in June for my boy's wedding.
Where's it? Cabo or Cancun?
Cancun.
Oh shit!
I'm gonna
have to crash that wedding.
I'll go to Cancun though, but
I'm through.
Cancun getting a little too ghetto for me too.
It's not like Cancun proper. I think it's Riviera Maya or
that Riviera Maya is a little better.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Aries. Flex on us.
Aries, you love Mexico, boy.
That's the Cali way.
Yeah, she loves.
It's the Cali way.
She goes there a couple times a year. Enjoy.
No,
we know she gonna just be spawn and cabanaing.
Look, that's how you do it.
You're gonna be out the way.
Ain't much else to do in Mexico besides getting some food.
You don't wait for nobody. You go.
You know where to go. You get you some nice little roast con pollo. You know they don't make that down there.
You know, good.
I gotta act like a mirror a little bit.
No, can we talk about cooking real quick? Why do they keep letting Bria cook? It makes me upset every time I see her playing.
Well, who was the one who left the cheese off the Philly cheesesteak? Because that blew me.
That's Amir.
That was Amir. But at least he had short ribs. He had another, that was like a backup. But the way she was like, that chicken looked greasy and oiled up with no seasoning.
She was mad.
and some
Now
cut
she
up
left off
onions.
to obey her.
And she had the neck. You saw the neck left on the chicken? She had the neck left on the chicken.
Maybe that was for Milo.
And then she had on this looks like an African garb. I was like, she really was. She must have thought she was going to church. That's what got her upset.
Listen, I have another side note. Production was all because I'm like, I could have swore they were saying it's Sunday, but production kept writing Monday. I said, listen, production, which one of us is drunk? Okay. Like,
I don't know what they're doing.
you are the cast because they saying it's Sunday and they going to church and y'all writing Monday. Now I ain't been to no Pentecostal church. I don't know if they do it on a Monday, but
it's Sunday.
Okay, it's production that's messing this all up. They skipping days for us. They like, listen, we need to get through this season, child.
I don't think there's any church, any Christian church that's on a Sunday. Saturday's Seventh-day Adventist, but
yeah,
Sunday and Monday, no.
I was like, okay, y'all tell me something, but they sure enough kept writing Monday, and then it said day 6 Tuesday. I said, oh, all right, y'all gonna write what y'all want to write, but whatever. But as we was talking, Summer and Shanice, I mean not Shanice, but Jordan. At least Shanice Fort broke the tension for everybody. They was able to move forward from there. But once they moved forward from all of Summer's tears, then we got Jordan's tears and stuff. And she talking about how Summer is weaponizing her alopecia against her, and I'm just like, she never did that, but okay. I didn't know if you had anything to say about any of it, because we kind of spoke on it a little bit.
Oh, I just felt like she was playing dodgeball with accountability, so she just used that. She used that as an opportunity to not own her part, because her piece of it was the fact that she keeps talking reckless to people, including Summer. So I'm like, I love how we just gonna say, oh well, I felt like I felt like it should be a safe space. Here we go with the buzzwords, like I'm like, okay, you should be creating a safe space for me. All she was saying, listen, and I saw Summer on Watch What Happens Live, and then I started to like her again, but I'm gonna admit my biases up front. I think it's just because she's kind of she's cute. So, but outside of that, she's also not the nicest person. But I think she used that as a way to avoid the real issue. The root cause is you talk reckless, and then when somebody pipes up at you, you don't know how to deal with it, and then you get sensitive, and then you get upset, and then you want to slide down the wall. And I just don't think that's right. We got to be able to have both sides of the conversation. So after they had that, after Summer did acknowledge it and apologize, I think Jordan was surprised because she was expecting them to actually tussle about the whole conversation. But when she was like, okay, I'm sorry. And then she looked at her and she was like, okay, I think, we can work on getting it a better place. No, heifer. Now what are you going to own?
Nothing.
And she was like, yeah. We're going to brush that.
She just hit her with a, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you talk reckless. Okay,
can we talk about this real quick?
Mm-hmm.
How when people are negative or set on their BS and you disarm them by apologizing, that is the craziest thing, because then they don't know what to do but to sit in their BS. Like, she wasn't ready for Summer to be like, yeah, I'm sorry, right? And that's how you know if someone really is engaging in a conversation in good faith. Because if she was really looking to move the conversation forward, when Summer apologized, you would have saw relief. You would have saw happiness. You would have saw like, okay, you're sorry. Okay, let me talk about my part. You didn't see that. You saw she kind of tensed up a little bit. She kind of shrugged it off a little bit. Mm-hmm. She was actually more frustrated now. Now she's like, okay, now what I'm going to do? Now what I'm going to do? You will disarm people with your accountability, and then you'll be able to tell if they're on that bull crap or not. Because that didn't happen to me before. Somebody was, all in their insecurity, a lie, a complete lie. They was delusional in their head. One of the people who want to make you responsible for their delusions, which I won't do. But I'm like, okay, if I said something that hurt your feelings, I apologize. They weren't ready for me to apologize. They wanted me to stand on it so they could have something to talk about. And when they didn't have nothing to talk about no more, then they start making up more stuff.
Well, I was ready to be disarmed earlier, but y'all didn't want that. So here we are.
This was not that situation. This is a completely different situation.
Listen, Jordan. I mean, Jay. Y'all both, your names both start with Jay too.
Oh, wow.
And I'm sick of Preston. I'm sorry. He's getting on my nerves. I think he does less helping than he thinks he does. Because it's like,
in between.
why is he going to Summer and saying, "Oh well, or he went to Jordan, whatever it was, he was messy." I'm getting confused now. But at the end of the day, I just felt like he was carrying things that just didn't need to be carried. Yeah, he just aggravates me. The last two episodes, I don't like how he carried the foolishness over to Nick, and I also don't like how he communicated that message. I think he was, Jay, do you remember? Was he talking to Jordan when Jordan came in the house?
Mm-hmm. He was talking to Jordan about,
and then that's right.
And he relayed the message. Because he wasn't in the room with Summer crying. So he relayed the message and then was like, well, you need to talk to Shanice about that. So that's where I got Shanice's name. That's the only time I got Shanice's name because he brought it up. I didn't get it from Jordan bringing it up. I assumed that she was saying you're talking to somebody that I don't get along with was Jasmine because that's who the camera panned to when they said it. They didn't say Shanice. So it was like, we know, I don't think she has a beef with Shanice. She's taken up for Shanice at the end of the thing. It's Jasmine who she seems to have this made up beef with that she's carrying on. Like, Jasmine is not supposed to be knowing that she's crying to you about the alopecia, which is really crazy because Jasmine has been your friend for a long time. You've had this alopecia for 5 years. I would assume Jasmine does know already about it because your beef really just started last year.
Yeah, I see El Cid is caping a little bit for Preston. That's okay. We all wear our capes.
She's trying to make her a new cape this year from Chaz the mess
We're gonna give her
Chaz the best of the last cape. So
we're gonna have a build a cape for El Cid because Preston is messy. He is. I'm sorry. Because he inserted that piece about the whole wig comment, and that definitely had nothing to do with the root cause of why they were upset at each other. The root cause is, how about you tell your friend, if you want to help, say, hey, listen, you kind of talk in a particular way, and it rubs some people wrong, and you and Summer go back and forth at it. That's it. Let them resolve whatever issues that they need to resolve, but.
And you mean as Jordan? Because Jordan weaponizes her own alopecia. She don't.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody weaponizing it against her.
Yeah, that's what Aries is saying.
Yeah.
She's saying Jordan is weaponizing.
Mm-hmm. Because it's just like, girl, Jordan never. I mean, Summer never mentioned what it was. She was just like, I was just holding her earlier while she was crying to me. And even in that moment, like Seaway said, when she said it, I never spoke on what it was. Well, it's just not a safe space. What do you mean? I never spoke on what it is. It's still a safe space. So what are you talking about? I just said that you were crying. I never told the people why you were crying or whatever. So I can't tell people that you're crying now.
Yeah. And meanwhile, they were on Summer and Jasmine were on Watch What Happens Live, and everybody knew about her alopecia.
Yeah, that's what somebody in the chat said earlier.
Yeah, everybody in the chat. I mean, everybody in the house knew. So it wasn't like some secret of hers was unveiled.
And so we just having this big reveal for us.
Yeah, it's like, fine, if you wanted to tell, the audience and the greater public, that's fine. But then don't try to like switch it around and then pretend like, oh, you're taking a moment where I was vulnerable with you.
I'm trying to figure out how you're going to act like Summer don't know when she's sleeping in the room with you. So we know Summer knows for sure. Like I say, you've just had the fallout with Jasmine, and Jasmine's been your closest friend. That's who brought you in last year. So, of course, Jasmine should know. Maybe the guys may not know, that's a different thing. And that's, that's between y'all. But the thing is, she never exposed that. She still kept that secret. She waited for you to go ahead and talk about it, and she never threw it in your face. She didn't run around like most of y'all do. And I'm talking about them, not us, but get on here, get an attitude, start just yelling out everybody's stuff. And you. like we kind of see Alex do later on in this episode or whatever. She didn't do that. She just said she was crying with me earlier. And I just don't understand how she has this switch up. But then, sis, you're going to find out when you watch this playback, because she was talking about you just before she was crying with you. She was talking about you. And that was the other thing that bothered me too. She talking about it ain't no safe space, but only you and Summer was in front of your apartment building when Summer was slobbing down whoever she was slobbing down. But why do we know about it now? Because you're not a safe space either. Soon as you get mad or you want to befriend somebody else, you telling all your friends' business. So I don't know what we're supposed to do with you in that moment. Not you two talking about me through text. I'm gonna need y'all to stop.
What? What is wrong with you?
Oh, you're gonna have to get some help. I'm over here making my captions for my TikTok. I'm not talking to Sean. The hell is wrong with you?
I'm making up stories like Jordan. I told you I'm in my Jordan.
Now, this is how my grandma act. She will come up with a whole theory and be wrong.
I don't give a damn about right or wrong. It's my story.
That's not the best. See, y'all are seeing this in real life, because Jay does that to us all the time. We'll be talking on our group calls on IG. And if anybody knows, like, people can come in and out at different times. So if Jay's not part of the call, she'll come in. Oh, why y'all got quiet all of a sudden? Why did y'all talking about me?
About you.
Like, what?
That's how Leos enter. That's how literally. That's how Leos enter the building.
Multitasking, because y'all know I have my little sports TikTok, and the WNBA draft was out, so I got to make sure I get my video out. That's all.
So then people could tell you're wrong.
Look, they starting to respect it now. They starting to get a little better.
You damn right, it's Leo energy, and I'll take anybody to war. I don't give a damn.
She gaslit us, because I was like, was we talking about Jay? I don't think we were talking about Jay. When was the last time I talked about Jay?
Combative, exactly. This is the definition of combative, paranoid. The hell.
I told y'all I would make up a story. I don't give a damn about being right or wrong. Shit, it's my story. I'm writing it no matter what. Because I'm writing it. I'm writing it. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Moving on to church. The church of it all.
Alex can't catch a break. He shouldn't invite anybody to open an envelope going forward, because he can't get it right to save his life.
Man, child, he didn't invite everybody. I didn't realize that he said one person's name. Did he say one person's name when he walked into the room? Because he did. He just said Summer.
I think he just did like a general.
Yeah, but
I think he just may have like knocked on the door and said like, "Hey, we're going to church." But I guess he should just have done a general. Maybe he should have put it in the group text.
Child, yeah, for real. Because Bria make sure to know that, hey, listen, I ain't getting no invite either and stuff. So
she was dressed in her African garb's finest.
Let me see. Who we go? Oh, we got to. You know what? I do appreciate this episode and all their tears. I know everybody was tired of their tears, but we actually got to know a lot more about people that I said last week we didn't know nothing about. So we got to know that Summer is dealing with getting to know her father, and her grandmother having to have surgery, and Noel is actually having daddy issues as well. That's what triggered her, because she did a lot of crying when they came back too, because she was feeling embarrassed and everything from opening up to Alex. And I guess she said it triggered her daddy issues of being rejected by her father, which is quite sad. And I'm going to say this to you as a person who understands being abandoned or rejected from a parent. You can only search for that love and get that love to fill your heart from God, sweetie. That's the only place you're going to get that from, because don't look for no other person to fill it. No animal, no nothing. Only that void can be filled from God. So just pray to God that he fills that void for you, and you start to heal that chapter and just accept whatever your dad space your dad is in, you know, because sometimes they just never gonna come around and apologize or do what you need for them.
You know why I appreciated Noel's vulnerability? Because it reminded me to continue to try to be sympathetic and understanding. Because I remember when I first saw the way she was acting last episode, and I didn't judge her out loud, but I think in my head I was very judgmental because I just know I would never go after a man like that. Like I would never put my, like I don't feel like I need that type of validation for a man, so I couldn't relate, right? And so I was kind of like judgmental in my head, thinking like, why would she do that? Like that is so insecure, that's so territorial, that's so odd. Like why did she need this from this man, right? I was like, Dig, like we gotta love ourselves more. We gotta, you know, and that's in my head. And then when she came in this episode and was talking about her dad, and I'm just like, not that my opinions change, but I think it reminds me how when you're missing that important piece, especially from the man, the first man that's ever supposed to teach you how you're supposed to be treated, to fill you up and make sure that you know never to look from a man. When that's missing, you kind of move through the world like how she is, even despite the fact that she's very kind, very pretty. She seems like she has a really nice heart. And that's what made me sad and remember that like everybody's upbringing affects the way they deal in this world. And I know her mother was trying to help her, but she does have to continue to try to find other ways to fill herself up, because it did make me sad knowing like that was the reason why she put herself out there to a man that didn't even give her not even 10% of what should have been necessary to put herself out there like that. And that made me sad. And it's just a reminder of how important dads are, not just for these boys, because that's what we talk about all the time, but for their daughters too. So yeah.
Yeah, when she was talking with her mom, it actually reminded me of you. Because her mother, but I'm glad her mother said what she said. I think her mother gave her much better advice than Shanice's mama last week. And she was like, stop all this crying. You know, it's like, relax. It's too new for this. You know, you're getting yourself emotionally. And I think sometimes this happens to all of us in different ways. I think we traditionally see women spin like this because, you know, she's starting to go through her head. And then just like kind of slide down the wall of emotional, you know, embarrassment that she's had because she probably put herself out there too far too soon. You know, she jumped the gun. But I love that her mom just was like, listen, you need to let him go. You know, if he's not showing you interest, if, you know, he's giving you, you know, lackluster responses, move on, you know, and just know you got this, you know. So I think, yeah, I feel bad for her because she's looking for validation. And I think that's what it is. And I think the other part is she should have listened to her first voice. Her first voice was to leave Alex alone. And I don't know why she betrayed herself. And maybe that's why she's upset too, that she betrayed herself and wound up putting herself out there when she knew it really wasn't something that she should have done or wanted to do, and not something she normally does.
I think it's because Alex and men like Alex are always so much more dangerous for women, especially in this 30s age group, who are looking for love because they present, they look, they appear like what a husband should be, what a good man should be. Like they don't present on the surface like just a straight F-boy out the gate. And I think that seems to throw women into a loop when they see a man that literally has all the pieces, right, to lock in and be committed, but they just don't want to. And instead of respecting the fact that they're still on their journey, they call them F-boys and things like that, which really isn't fair. All he said was like, look, I'm still in my own space. I didn't lead you on or not, you know? And so I think that's another nugget for the day. Just because you see a man that has all the husband potential that you think does not mean that he wants to be a husband to you. And you got to turn that switch off unless he shows that he's trying to be a husband to you, a good boyfriend to you. Until then, put a barrier on. Do not let your mind get 10 miles ahead of the current situation. She let her mind get so far ahead. You got to reel yourself back. You got to reel it back.
Yeah. Disagree with Jay Say So. He wrote Alex was interested until he saw her throwing herself at the new guy. He wasn't stopped interested because he was talking to her right after the pool party and flirting with her right then. He got disinterested when she started to show that she was going to be more possessive and probably a bit clingy at the bar later on that night. That's when he really got disinterested in it, because that's Summer all over again. You got to understand what he just got out of. That's Summer sitting here acting like, oh no, we're good, but we're not. And so Noel was showing that same side or whatever. He wasn't worried about that dude or whatever. He was right back in her face after that. The real issue, like Sean said, though, is that she knows she betrayed herself. And a lot of times when we do actually have good self-awareness, that's what we know we're really mad at. We're not really mad at the person. And that's why she used the word embarrassed, because she didn't fault him for not choosing her or anything like that. She was looking at herself like, you know what, I just embarrassed myself for putting myself too much out there. And I give her so much credit for even being that aware of herself, just saying, you know what, I did too much too soon. And, you know, moms, I see why she's self-aware, because mom is like, girl, we don't put energy into all this. You already know the game. If the man is not showing you the interest that you deserve and you want, let it go. And he's not doing that for you. He gives you little breadcrumbs and you follow that little trail. And then when he stops, then you're sitting here like, what I do now? And then you start listening to the person who didn't tell you that they slept with him in the first place tell you, oh, go ahead, tell him too much. So you got to sit back, relax. Don't let your daddy issues play too much into this, because you actually got a very good mother who seems to understand, like, you know what? No, it didn't work with me and your father, and he's not doing what he's supposed to do as a dad for you. You don't have to take my route. You can do better. You can find better. You can actually find a man that loves you the way you want to be loved. So just take your time, fill your heart up with self-love, and then whatever adds on to that, you'll know that's for you.
Here's what I'll say about Jay Say So's comment. I'm not sure that production was actually flashing. I don't think that shot, I will say I'm not convinced that that picture that they saw of his face was actually after what Noel did. I feel like that's some producer magic, but let's say it is, right? I personally feel like when a man, and you could tell me, when a man sees something like that, a lot of times they will determine that they're not going to take you serious. But I don't believe that that would have stopped him from messing with her in the house, because he was not trying to be serious. I think what really effed him up, like Jay was saying, is the fact that she was being clingy, because her being unserious works for him. If she's kissing one person at the pool and him the next day, then I believe he still would have been interested, because that means it's keeping it light. I think what threw him off was like, you was kissing somebody down at the pool and now you trying to cuff me. No. That's what I personally feel like. I think it was more that than anything, because to imply that he cared about her, who she was kissing at the pool, implies that he was interested. And I don't see that. I mean, interested in a real way.
Yeah.
It would have turned me off, but
I think it depends. I think considering that situation, it might be 50-50, because she was, it wasn't even like that, you know, like if you're playing a little game and then they kissed, but she was like being a little thirsty with the guy. It's like he was in the house, within 10 minutes, she found herself kissing him. So on that side, you know, I could see him probably, because, you know, from what he says, he, you know, kind of watches people. So it would be, it's one of those things like, you know, it was like unprovoked, and she was just very, 10 minutes in, she's all over him. you know. The next thing they're kissing. Now, on the other thing, it wasn't a big kiss, you know, like it wasn't full on in the mouth, you know, like they wasn't tonguing each other down. So on that side, I think it wasn't like a
Whole
super
cupcake in between their lips.
yeah. It wasn't like a super crazy kiss. It was like kind of like a playful thing. And then what would have sealed it for me, and listen, every guy doesn't think like me, but you know, what would have sealed it for me is if they would have tipped off in a bedroom or did something like that. And even if they didn't have sex or something, but if they tipped off into that bedroom, yeah, that would have put the kibosh. But this instance where it was just a light little kiss, seemed like the guy himself was actually a little like, okay, kind of like standing back. It didn't really land. I don't think that even landed the way she wanted it to land. So now the more I'm talking about it, I really do feel bad for Noel.
Yeah, I mean, even with that situation there, it's like when she gets in the car and they're going out to the club later on that night, she says the guy wants her to chase her, but she's don't want to do that because she's chasing Alex. But she says, then I don't chase men. I don't do this or whatever. But you proceed to tell Alex, hey, look, you can flirt with whoever you want, but, you know, just keep me in the back of your head. Well, ma'am, why he need to keep you in the back of the head if you're not chasing this man? Don't continue to pursue him. Let him do what he's doing. Just keep being unbothered, flirting with whoever, let him flirt with whoever, and y'all figure it out if it's gonna work later on or not. But the biggest thing is he don't want no more beef with Summer. Let's really be honest there. He don't want no more beef with Summer because the way Summer outed that out in the first place, it's just like, you her friend. Yeah, I was flirting with you or whatever, and I'll keep it like Seaway said. I'm very unserious right now. I'll just keep it light on a nice flirt because that's what I like to do or whatever. If you can keep it quiet about it, maybe we can go down this path. But Alex gonna sit and watch you. Alex gonna sit and watch you for a long time before he make that move because he want to see if what type of person you actually gonna be. Are you gonna be like a Summer? Or if you're going to keep it on the low and nobody know about it and we can just do this little thing and it be what it is. But her sitting here outing herself saying, hey, listen, I just need you to keep me in the back. That's like, okay, you're not going to, as soon as I start talking to somebody, you're going to be a problem. You're going to be a problem. And I don't want these problems. So let's just keep it cute. Let's go separate ways. We good. Or whatever. Sad that she got to be sliding down walls behind it because I'm like, girl, it's 5 days. It's 5 days. Why are we sliding down the walls already? It's 5 days. And you didn't sleep with him. I hope you didn't sleep with him already. You good, ma. Just be like, okay, well, you know what? Summer's open. I don't know. Any other thoughts on this? Before we skip on down to Bria's shenanigans.
I didn't get a chance to say it last time, but you know, I think she kind of said it herself about showing her hand, but you really do. I am queen of the women need to stop this shoot your shot movement. People can disagree with me. They can tussle in the comments. There's no need ever to shoot your shot. You can show interest. You can say hello. You can give him a little wink. You could say little small things, but straight shooting your
shot.
Huh?
That ain't shooting your shot.
No, you gotta be real vague with it. Like you can show interest is not shooting your shot. Because you don't
just assist. These are just assists. We ain't
shooting. You can assist.
I'm a shooter though. I'm a shooter from 3, baby.
Well, if you shoot, you better be Steph Curry. You better make sure you don't miss. That's my point. If you shooting,
yeah, you gotta know you gotta know your target though.
You gotta know your target and you better be that one. Because a lot of times also, and the men in the comments, the few of y'all that here will tell you, a lot of times when you shoot your shot, you take the fun out of it for the man.
The man has spoken.
He like it if it's the right one. If it's the wrong one, he gonna be like Alex. Don't shoot your shot. Don't listen to Jay. Or Jay.
It's so funny. I was just talking to a woman friend of mine. What do they say? A friend girl. That's the new stupid thing. I was talking to a friend girl of mine, and she was talking about being shy or not knowing how to flirt as a woman. And look where we landed.
Toe cleavage. That's where we landed.
Hey, you saw the picture I sent earlier, right?
I was like, okay.
I figured out what it was later on that day. Then you didn't have to send the picture.
No, I needed the picture. I didn't understand. Now I do. And first of all, those shoes that have the toe cleavage, that woman is going through hell.
I know. I hate pointy toe shoes, but I got a few.
That's why all my Louboutins are in my closet and they about to be sold, but nobody wants to buy them because women are over being abused.
No, they ain't.
With their feet. I know I am. I'm a Jimmy Choo.
We're off the tracks again, Shy.
I'm a Jimmy Choo girly.
I'm trying to maintain my composure this go around because some people they was over the conversation last on Friday.
Oh, they told us to move on.
Yeah. Well, you did.
Oh, I definitely wanted y'all to. I'm not gonna lie.
You would check the hell out.
Look, they were asking me to tell y'all to move on. I was trying to stay out of it.
They was loving it.
Oh no, they were. They said, "Hey, move them along." Next case.
No, they wasn't, because all my comments still talk about laughing, talk about Jay trying to find the shoes.
Yep. Haitian Empress was getting in there. She was helping us out. I
swear to God, they were. Y'all can go look.
Now they happens to be on the top, take a little rejection for what? Jason.
That's why you can't take his advice. He's trying to humble y'all. He wants you to shoot your shot so he can humble you.
Well, I mean, I'm from the school of thought. There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it without giving the man the ability to follow up, right? You can drop a little hint. It don't take much for us to get the idea, So you smile, you give us a compliment. We could do the rest.
See, about to tap into her Jordan energy because y'all men is not agreeing with her.
Well, I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm not saying
what I'm saying. What Sean is saying is what I'm saying. I ain't saying you should just be sitting there just standing with your feet on hands and feet on the wall. But
if you got it, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna tell you like this. If you got game and you confident in your game, shoot your shot. Because I done shot my shot a few times and it done worked out in my favor now.
But if you won't do it, you better have your J confident Leo energy. Yeah. Don't be crying if it failed, because you can't shoot your shot and be crying like Noel.
Now you can't be shooting no LeBron air balls at the free throw line now. Okay, you got a free throw and you still airballing. That's on you, baby girl.
Didn't want to cry to the refs, talk about foul. No, it wasn't no foul. You shot your shot.
You shot your shot with nobody around you, baby.
And then Seaway told you not to do it, but y'all want to listen to them. So if you shoot your shot, you better make sure you go in.
Oh, let's see what you see. Aries comment.
Aries. She over here. She running plays. She ain't shooting shots. She running a play. She's point guarding it. That's Aries doing. Aries point guarding it.
She's
calling shots.
That's what you need to do. You better be puppet mastering. That's what you need to do. Don't be shooting no shot.
Nah, that's the best way. But sometimes when they can't read the plays, you like, damn nigga, shit, give me the ball. Shit. Get your ass on the block. God damn it.
Some of us are slower than others. Hey.
Exactly. Sometimes you just got to do a little play maneuver yourself. You got to start coaching and shit. You got to call it audible. You got to act like it's football. But it just depends. You play your position. That's all. If you are good at a certain position, just play that. Don't start trying to be the point guard if you the wingman or if you the 5. And I know some of y'all that don't play basketball don't know what we talk about. But if you a post-up person, you wait till the ball come to you. Let them bring it to you. Like Seaway say, if that is not your position to handle the ball. If you are a shooter, shoot your shot, okay? Because some of y'all be out here shooting and winning. So do your thing. Just play your position. And if you're a coach or an owner like myself, then
Right. Shooting your shot takes a couple of things. It takes being able to read, right?
Yep.
Like
Yep.
Ari said in the comment, you got to be able to read the situation. If you're not very aware, if you don't have situational awareness or self-awareness, if someone has ever told you that you do not have either of those two things, do not shoot your shot. 2, if you're not confident, if you're gonna come up there stuttering, do not do that. See, Jay said confidence is sexy. If you ain't confident, don't do it. Don't come in there waffling. That ain't cute. Noel,
you can't be overconfident either. You can't be like, you just got this in the bag, because then you start talking all crazy and stuff, and then you start sounding like the man. You don't want to sound like the man when you shoot your shot either.
It's the middle ground. And
you
then
gotta leave it open for it to kind of get blocked, but he missed the block. That's all,
And then you better have a stomach for rejection, because if you gonna be crying because it don't work out and then talk about he gay because he didn't want you, that ain't right.
And when you say, and for the rejection, you got to be able to rebound. You got to be Dennis Rodman on there. See, that's my thing. See, I know how to rebound off of that. Be like, okay, well, I'm moving on and on. These little curls be bouncing away from your head. So, that's all we saying. We just trying to help y'all out here in this basketball game of life called dating.
What is Elsie talking about?
She don't know.
What she say? I can't see it.
I'm not about to post this.
I got my Microsoft Word up. Let me see what she said.
I'm not about to post this.
What is she talking about? What is that? Who said that? Who does
that? She talking about tie the cherry with your tongue and then say hello. I'm not taking nobody drink.
That's a lot of. You better be prepared to follow through all of that.
Right. That's a hell of a. That's a hell of an
intro.
That's a hell of a flirt. They was talking about mouth flirts. Elle said that's a real flirt. You ain't flirting no more. You basically telling them what time it is.
Exactly.
And you better not be no Koshia or no Alexis if you doing all that, okay? I don't want to hear
you run into an Alonzo, forget it.
Forget it. That's it. Game over.
Be choked and spanked. Right at the bar.
You wanted all of this, girl. You had. But I was trying to help her get the cherry up.
Exactly. She was choking, so I spanked her. That's the Heimlich.
I'm dead. I'm fucking clipping this part. I'm clipping this part. That's it.
Oh, I done activated my dog. It's playtime. Look, she's bringing her toys. She's like, oh, Daddy's ready to play.
I heard the aggression. Oh, my days. Oh, my days. But like I was saying, we learned a lot about these ladies. This coming back to the episode. We did learn a lot. We also learned that Jordan lost her mom at 17. Listen, I'm gonna say this to that part. I think if she haven't take grief therapy, I think she might need to still take some, because maybe some of this anger that she has resides in that loss as well. Oop. Was she carrying it in her mouth like this, Shawnee? When in Rome, you coming out here like a summer. You coming in here like a summer to Alex.
That's our little secret.
Oh, child. I cannot with it. Anyways,
wait, I must have missed it, because the first part they were aggravating me a little bit, so I might have fast forwarded the first 10 to 15 minutes. Jordan's mom passed away. I didn't know.
Yeah, this is later. She says it in a confessional. When they were at dinner, that's when she brings it up later at the dinner.
Oh.
And she basically that's when she tells the group, about her hair loss and her other woes, but she tells us in the confessional how she lost how she's going through so much herself because she lost her mom at 17. She had the alopecia. She's now here and she's single. She don't have no man, so it's just she feel like she's going through a lot.
Is she still celibate?
We haven't gotten into it because nobody's asking her this season, so
maybe she. I mean, she might need a toy when in Rome.
She might little release
because she seems just so upset, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Just love. I mean, seriously, we don't talk about it enough, but self-love is so important, you know.
Yeah.
Take care of yourself.
That's why I said we was talking about this part a little bit before we jump into Bria, but we talked about this a little bit before you got on that, you know, her attitude and deflection goes to a point where she even in her vulnerable state, and I think she thinks vulnerability is weakness, because in her vulnerable state, even in this moment, as she starts telling everybody everything, Alex proceeds to tell her, hey, listen, this is the most I got to know about you more than last summer. And she flips that like it was a negative. I'm not about to deal with when it wrong. When it wrong, I'm trying to have a serious moment right
It's my fault. It's my fault. I started her up.
We gonna get her some new ones. We don't want to do that.
We don't need pre-owned. We don't need the pre-owned. We'll get her some new ones.
We appreciate you for your sanitation.
Yeah, you hold that down, baby girl.
Yeah, I agree, Brie. She does need some type of counseling, because just the way she just flipped this on Alex, it was quite puzzling, because Alex is basically saying, hey, you know what? You've been very vulnerable and opening up. And I took it as he was about to be like, I thank you. You know what I'm saying, for sharing. And she was like, well, you didn't get to know me because of what you did with Shanice last year and this, that, and the third. And it was just like, say, what now? Why are we mad again?
Yeah, I think she's just snapping at everybody. It was like, what? And then now everybody's piling on. It's like everybody hates Alex. It's like, what the hell?
Poor guy was just sitting here like, wait a minute, I ain't about to take this. First of all, it was Nick, yo boy. Nick was like, well,
what do you mean? He Googled her and it said that she had a pending lawsuit. I think that's something good to know before you get involved with somebody. I think he was smart for getting that information before you ruined me. No, how about you ruined you?
Well, no, how about your ex ruined you? That's who actually did the thing on you and stuff, you know. And then on top of it, in all fairness, they did the playback and I rewinded it. He never said he Googled her. That came out actually through Jasmine's mouth or whatever. He never said he Googled her. He said he got some information. And unfortunately, he did share it on camera. So, of course, I get where she's coming from, where it's like, now that I'm in the real world, everybody that comes to me, they're going to bring up this incident. But, you know, some people in the real world going to Google you. They're going to search you and find out. You know, I'm not going to say a lot of people will do that, but there are people that do this. And you have a pending lawsuit. So you can be found out that you have things going on. Now, is it better when it comes out your mouth? A lot of times, yes. But you got to just toughen up, sweetie, because your ex actually one who did put all of this on you. And now he's trying to sue. He didn't win that one. So now he's trying to sue her for money, which is even crazier. So I'm just like, what happened between you and this ex? Maybe you should just, I don't know, maybe for the lawsuit sake, she can't talk about it, but I would feel like you should just talk about it or whatever, because it's sounding real crazy at this point. He's just constantly bringing up lawsuits.
I heard a little bit of his side too. And then if you look at some of the stuff that they showed about it, well, she admitted to some of it last season, and Jay said that too. She did some of that stuff now. And he provides screenshots and everything of some of the stuff that she did. Maybe it's not to the full extent, but she did something.
This is like an Alexa situation. You're on reality TV and you have an ex that's out to get you, but you're mad at other people for the fact that it came out. You're on reality TV and you got a case on you for being a crazy person. Now, whether you are or not, whatever. But if it was a man, again, and I hate giving this take because I'm such a girl's girl, but like if a man had a pending case for being a stalker, that would be more than relevant. And people would want to know if you're a stalker, allegedly, in a case is pending saying that, people have a right to bring it up. So she's wrong. She's mad at the wrong one.
Well, listen, she's getting carryover energy or whatever. One, she still hasn't addressed Summer, so she has that energy pent up inside of her. They haven't really fully addressed their issues. And now Jordan has put this battery in her back, re-triggering her with this Alex thing, trying to say, oh, well, you didn't get to know me because you were too busy prejudging Shanice and me. And as the toxic friend, is like, well, Jordan, you kind of are the toxic friend because look what's happening now. Like, you got these batteries in people back, and here we are. So I need you to just own that part. And like Sean say, poor Alex, he just can't win for losing at this point because no matter what he say, he's wrong for saying it. He's wrong for getting the information and just saying, hey, I got some concerns. Somehow, though, this all triggers Bria again to speak on her concerns.
Bria's insane. Bria's insane.
Ooh. SE says the stalking evidence is on Reddit and it's pretty bad. I don't know. So
anytime they be like, and it was dismissed in court. I'll be like, red flag. Why was it dismissed, ma'am? It could have been dismissed for 5 billion reasons.
Well, he got another one going, so he want money out of it this time. So I don't know.
He like Chaz. Look, he said, I'm gonna sue you. You gonna run me my money. Nothing comment said now Chaz is scared the panelists from a lawsuit. I'm like, he ain't scared me.
Child, I ain't worried about that, man. But Bria's in here is talking about she not gonna be punked. And I'm like, what are you talking about, Bria? What are you talking about? You not gonna be punked? Who is trying to punk you? And this is what I'm gonna have a problem with Bria or whatever, is because you not standing. You said you was okay with it last week. You said, F it, I trust you. Told Jasmine, I trust you.
He was okay with it when her man was coming, Jay. Now that her man not coming and she bored, she said, y'all can't have no fun either. That's what happened.
Okay.
She might have just get to talking to herself and got herself upset.
She was at the table, you could tell.
You know, sometimes that inner voice can do you in. She got to talking to herself. She's like, oh no, you know what? Yeah. I want to be. Yeah, that's right. It's not right that she's coming. I don't want her to come. That's right. What you say? Oh yeah, I remember. That's it. Then she was like, I'm not gonna be punked. She had a whole. I'm telling you, people like that, they talk to themselves and they work themselves up to a 10 when they were calm about it.
You seen it at the table when they was going back and forth, and she was like, any minute is my minute. I'm gonna exert Bria in a second. Don't worry. And another thing, that Mariah, no, it's like, what? Nobody talking about this right now. Nobody's asked anybody else got any problems or anything. It's just like Bria said, okay, everybody else they're getting shots. They're doing this. Let's talk about this. And now she wants to jump up the table. She wants to start getting loud and start threatening people. Okay, when we get to the house, watch what's going to happen. It's like, what's going to happen, sis? You going to talk louder at the house? You talking loud right now. Nothing's going to happen. And just like Jasmine said, I don't understand how you could forgive Summer, who actually put more hands on you, but you still got a problem with Mariah. Come on now. We gotta try to do better than this. If we gonna move forward, you want to talk about moving forward. You okay with Summer being here, but you don't want Mariah being here. Let's really get to the issue of it all. Because what is it? What really is it? Now Preston back mad because she in his ear.
Good. I'm glad because he gets on my nerves.
Child, I was like, I don't know. Poor little Jasmine baby gonna be screaming at everybody when he come out. He or she come out.
But she was fussing on the phone with Simon when he was trying to find his tickets.
Mm-hmm.
She's yelling at him, telling him, "Why are you yelling? Stop yelling." It's like, what? He's like, what are you talking about?
He said, I just got off of work, a 13-hour shift. I come to looking for the tickets and you're yelling at me. Like, what is he talking about? And then Silas and Jasmine don't have to tell me about sleeping with each other, and whatchamacallit don't have to tell me about his girl. I don't have to tell them about. It's like nobody asked you why y'all fighting. They just asked if y'all, is he coming? Is he good? I don't know if y'all picked up on when Amir was talking about his lady and Jordan's eye rolls every 5 seconds. I was like, Jesus, Jordan.
She just wants somebody to want her and don't want them back.
I don't say you didn't want Amir last year. He was trying to give it to you. You could have came here with Amir.
No, she just wants the attention. She doesn't legit want him, but she wants the attention. And now she's not even getting that.
I know. So now she mad at him having his girl talking about his girl every 5 seconds, which is pissing us all off. But, you know.
Just let him be. He don't go on too long. You know, he gets to talking, bumping his gums about Natalie, and then he'll shut up 5-10 minutes later. So you just let him go.
Yeah, but then 5-10 minutes after that, he back talking about her.
He doing what he gotta do so he don't get fined. He talk about that lady because he know this is all gonna be ran back. Okay, he gotta talk
make
about
sure it be known. Everybody knew about you. This is not a Nick situation. She went on there. She said, "You better not have a Nick situation. Nobody know about me."
Exactly. That man is doing what he gotta do.
She talked to him just like that, right in between her teeth. If you get on their show and you embarrass me,
I swear to God,
he's doing what he gotta do.
Stupid.
Stupid now. Watch what happens when you get on that TV.
I'll be right over there on that plane. Right, come on.
Have a nice trip, sweetie.
Have fun. I'll see you in 2 weeks. We can FaceTime.
Tell everybody I said hi.
What's that movie, Jay? I'll find you. I forget what movie that is.
What movie that is? That part was funny as hell. Mm-hmm. She was so sweet when she said it too. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Okay. I forgot what movie that was. The name of that movie. Oh Jesus! Yeah. You know her ticket is booked already. It was booked before he left. That's why he kind of like, damn, I don't know how we're gonna work out these bunk beds, but we're gonna have to make it work, baby. I should have got here earlier. Got my own room.
Preston, he needs to take one for the team and go into the bunk bed that particular weekend she comes.
Yeah, but it sounds like everybody coming at that same weekend, so I don't know how they're gonna have to work that one out. The girls gonna have to switch if they ain't got nobody coming. They have to give up some rooms. A few people gonna have to crash in that double room Noel got, them double beds. I think it's only fair. But I guess next week we might find out about the pregnancy of it all or something, because she said she's a few days away from her, her second trimester. So she waited. She'd be on her way to her third, because she said she's 13 weeks. So she'd be on her way to her third. No, my math is off. Her second. She'd be on her way to her second trimester. So she's waiting to tell them. She can't wait to hold the secret in. But we'll see. She's going through a lot, she say. She's going through a lot, and she want to pop off and slap. I know she want to slap Bria, but she can't right now. She can't. Anyways, any more thoughts on these people?
Oh, Trey Mack said it was Wedding Crashers.
Oh, yeah. That's what it was. Ma, the meatloaf. That's that same girl is what Noel was giving. That's what Alex heard in his hair. I'll find you. He was like, nope, I got to cut you off before we get there. She can verbally, but it's gonna disrupt her peace, and that baby gonna come out with that same attitude. So she gotta.
Yeah, I saw on I watched the Watch What Happens Live, and I saw a little bit of Jasmine's nice nastiness because she was giving some underhanded comments.
About who?
She was talking about Jordan.
Well, she deserved that, but what she say though?
What did she say? I'm trying to remember. I wish I could remember the words. I should have wrote it down. But she was just being nice, just overall nice, nasty. I think she was being a little mean to Shanice about the whole clothing thing.
I also thought that was cap.
In what sense?
Because you don't need money to have good fashion sense. And I know I wasn't on last with y'all the whole time, but when I was in college, some of my best friends used to teach me, and that's why I know how to do it now, go to thrift stores and thrift, especially people her size. When you're thin, like I'm not saying I'm not huge, but when I was in college and I can really go and I can throw some on, you can go thrift. Good fashion sense is not related to money.
It's not.
And then when they actually found out that she actually had the most expensive stuff on the cast that she was wearing, that shows yet again, she just doesn't have good fashion. And I'm like, how does saying you don't have good fashion mean somebody's calling out that you're poor? You just don't have good fashion sense, and that's fine. So I was kind of annoyed by that because I'm like, here we go gaslighting again. They said that you didn't have good fashion sense, so now they're calling you poor. You're not at hand-me-downs.
Yeah. It's like Giselle. Giselle be wearing all the labels all wrong and all this stuff like that. Some people just can't piece it together. That's all. And I said that last week. It's not about that. That's not it. It's not about that money part. The money part is just the issue because she don't have a job right now. So she's just using that to say, my situation and you're making fun of me. I'm trying to find which Watch What Happens Live, but these ones ain't showing. They're not showing them on the front of it, so this will be April 11th. They not putting them all up here. They suck. They don't have it up here yet. Oh wait, maybe this is it. Let me see.
Yeah, I only other thing I have to say is that I just feel like they really hating on Jasmine for real. And Jasmine really don't got no friends on this show for real. And I feel bad for her.
Yeah, I did feel bad for Jasmine at the end of this episode when she's like, I've come on here, I don't know what terms I'm on with anybody except for two people in this whole house, which is just basically Bria and Alex. And now Bria's kind of like flipping on her a bit because of Mariah and stuff. Of course, conveniently, Jordan's not at the table for this conversation, so she still don't know where she stands with Jordan, and none of us knows where she stands with Jordan because I just feel like this is a made-up beef in Jordan's mind that she has. It's just like you're just mad. It's giving you're mad that your friend is in a whole relationship and you're not. That's what it's given to me. So I'm not really sure. She has to come out and really explain what the issue is, because if it's just from last year of Jordan being overstepping some boundaries of trying to push her into a relationship, why are we still mad about that? You said your piece.
That's what a lot of women do. And I had to go through, I never had to do what they say, and not everybody had trauma. When I tell you I really didn't have no trauma at all, first time I really went to therapy is over hating hoes. Hating hoes, as soon as you get married, as soon as you have kids, all of a sudden your friends don't like you no more. It is the most bizarre thing. And that's why seeing the way they treat Jasmine, I'm like, this ain't no real beef. She's married. She found a man. Is he perfect? No. But she found a man and she's having a kid and now you hate her. I hate how women do that to other women. It's like God will bless you too if you stop having such a bad attitude. You don't like your friend no more because they're married. So many women who have got married, not in their early 20s. Oh, I'm sure Jay will be back. Not just in their early 20s, but when you get married in your 30s, your late 20s and your 30s, And then it's kind of like, what is it, like the last person picked on the playground vibes, and then women start turning on each other. And then all of a sudden, your friends ain't your friends no more. It is so sad. I legit needed therapy over that. It's the most depressing thing ever. And then they'll try to make it seem like it's a real problem. It ain't no problem. That's it.
Shauna, do y'all have this as men? Did you go through this with your boys when you got married?
I mean, it's not like, because the dynamics between men and friendships are a little different than women. So there may be things that they might not invite you to, or they may be like, oh, we don't get to hang out as often. But for the most part, no. But I think this is the other thing too. For the most part, this is not the same at all, but men gravitate with friends that are in the same situation more often than not. You might have a friend in your friend group that's single if you're married, but most of your friends are similar. Like today, like sometimes my other like women friends will be like, oh, I wish, can you hook me up with one of your boys? I'm like, they're all married. Like 90% of my friends are all married. There's a few single sprinkled here or there. And now I'm the outlier because I'm no longer married. But most of my friends are married. And it's, been that way since I was married. So I think men kind of like gravitate more closely in that regard. So we don't necessarily go through that. But, I don't think we treat each other that way either. Like, we'll include you. And if you're like, you don't want to go or you don't want to be part of something, we're not going to like drive you crazy or try to like ice you out. Like, we don't do things like that typically.
I don't know. I think it's just because I come from a family-oriented family, period. It's just we do things where you can invite your spouse or your significant other a lot of times, so it doesn't leave anybody out. So your friendships don't get left behind. I'm not, we're going to ignore shenanigans. She go shenanigan and again, okay? But a lot of times we just do things. We very seldom have things where it's just like for single people or things that are just for married people. We just have family-oriented things all the time. So it just makes it easier when they transition into your new life. You don't feel isolated or anything like that.
I think also it's because men don't have that pressure, right? So what is the need to be icing out your male friends for being married or not, or being single? You probably like, Dad, I need you around. I remember the old life. Like, they don't have that pressure, And I do think when you do have a friend group or a family group, like you were saying, Jay, that like does lots of different things for fun and it's not just clubbing and stuff like that. You can kind of incorporate the friend with the baby, the friend who's married, the friend da. But if all you guys are doing was hitting the club and partying, and now you talking about you a Stepford wife, that alone was going to throw Jordan off. But I think her holding on to the beef so long is the jealousy part, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you turn into a Stepford wife, if you were just a bottle girl, I do see it taking some transitional moments to be like, okay, like what is this, right? But like she as your friend told you, like she was really trying to figure out what her new life was going to be like, and it's a transition. And now she's more back to middle ground between that bottle girl and whatever, and you still got beef with her? No.
Yeah.
It's weird.
As I said, it's not giving the full effect. I'm like, I just need you to really have the real conversation with her because you're just holding on to energy for no reason. I don't know what you want from Jasmine.
She can't have a conversation with her if the answer is she's hating. Jay, what's the conversation?
The conversation is, I'm mad. I'm mad because I don't have the same friend anymore. That's the conversation. That's how you start the new. You know what I'm saying? That's because it's the truth. I'm mad I wasn't there for some of your biggest moments, if that's the case. I'm mad because, I'm alone and I don't have anybody. I'm just mad.
Now we're getting close. Now we're getting closer.
Yeah.
That's what she's going to have to say.
And that's what needs to be said. It's just, it's not really you I'm mad at. I'm just mad. And we need to just have this conversation so we can find middle ground on how do we make a new friendship from here in your new state and in my state. Because losing friends and when they're still alive is not an easy thing. I get that. But, not accepting somebody has their growth, and that's being the problem. That's what I don't get. It's just like, we all grow, we all evolve. And if that was truly your friend, you want the best for them. You know what I'm saying? And if you feel like silence is not the best, you just ignore that part of it because your friend is happy. As long as your friend is happy. And when your friend is not happy, it's not, I told you, or this, that, and the third. Is, come on, let me make you happy in this moment. Let me bring you back to it because you made this decision and now you got to stand by it. But here's the deal. I'm still your friend at the end of the day. You can always just come to me and rest your head over here. That's the thing. And I don't know, maybe it's because the way I've set up with friendships is I don't look for you and expect you to be anything than who you are that I fall in love with on a regular, because that's who you are. I allow you to have your space to grow. And I just have to learn how to, grow with you, or we just grow our separate ways. But I don't want to have no hardship when we grow our separate ways. I always want to be able to come back to you one day and just be like, hey, I ain't spoke to you in a minute. How you been? I don't want to have no beef with somebody I labeled as a friend, because I labeled you that because that was my choice. You're not put in a friendship with me because we're just forced into it. We chose each other. So when I choose you, I respect the choice that you also have, that you chose me back. And with that respect I respect everything that you come with. It's like, for me, I really give my friends more grace than I actually give my relationships. You know what I'm saying? That's the friendliest part. I really do give my friends more grace to be who they are wholeheartedly. And I just love you for it. So I don't know. To me, this just all looks weird when your friend goes through their transition and you just can't accept that part of them.
Because people don't let friends have their moment. They want them to be perfect, and they want them to perfectly fit into their life at all times. I'm not saying accept someone's bad behavior all the time, or I'm not saying accept someone's life that's completely running completely against yours, right? But like what you said is the true definition of love. It's accepting people from where they are at in their journey, and also giving people grace and space without trying to make everything perfect for you all the time. And that's the reason why you do see people falling out during marriages, kids, divorces, baby showers, whatever it is because people aren't willing to give people a little space to grow and evolve. Because really, if you could keep growing with your friend, if you would give them some time, it may be a little bit of a different friendship. But the more you build, the connection is deeper. The love is deeper, because it ain't always been easy. You're growing, you're stacking, you're growing. But some people, they only want to be with married Sean. They don't want to talk to divorced Sean. They only want to be with single Seaway. They don't want to get to know married Seaway. Oh, I spazzed and I had a bad moment. I said I'm triggered, right? I'm talking about myself right now, not you today, Jay. But I spazzed and I said I'm triggered, which just recently happened, right? And then I reel it back in, but that's not the seaway that they've known. So they don't want to have grace for one bad day. If you can't have grace for one bad day or one bad moment, y'all not really friends. People aren't perfect. People grow. People have moments. Right? Some people only want perfect people, perfect situations. And that's why they don't have nothing. Because nobody on this earth is perfect. Not marriages, not nothing. People keep talking about marriage is hard. Marriage is no harder than these close friendships, these relationships with your mama, your relationships with your dad. These are all imperfect people. People don't want that. They want perfection. And that's why they're going to be by themselves all across the board. And that's going to be Jordan's problem. Jasmine's trying to grow with her. She don't want to grow with her. And she's being dishonest about what she's going through. Now she says she's just unhappy. That's a great step. She needs to go from there. Mm-hmm. That's the best step she took, saying, I'm just unhappy. Well, there you go. That's a start. So.
I don't know. I know Sean and Kojo talks about it a lot more, the different attachment styles, and maybe their attachment styles is coming to a head like we see with Megan and What's the other one name? What's the two that Coach up been talking about lately?
Oh,
The
B Simone.
B Simone.
Megan and
Yeah.
B Simone. Okay.
Maybe they have an attachment style similar to theirs where, one is a bit needy of the other one or whatnot. And sometimes it goes in reverse. The needy one finds somebody else that they can attach to. And now the one that was always used to being needed, it has the problem now because they're no longer needed. So maybe this is what we're seeing with Jordan and Jasmine. Jasmine found somebody else to co-depend on. And Jordan is feeling isolated because she's no longer needed. But instead of saying that, it's like, hey, listen, when you got married, I lost my friend. That kind of hurt me. I wasn't prepared for the change. It was abrupt because the change happened during COVID. So let's imagine you're not really spending that much time with your friend anyway, right there. So we're probably just having conversations. We still don't know if it was told to her or not told to her prior to them getting married, what the case may be. But it was a change that happened, and somebody just has to be bigger. And I'm going to say that somebody is Jordan, this person in this problem, because Jordan's the one with the problem. So you just got to be bigger and be like, you're still my friend at the end of the day. I still love you. I still want to be have that friend. And it's, to me, it's giving, I don't really want to be your friend anymore, because I can't see myself sitting in this house and not really having this conversation with one of y'all and really being like, hey, Sean, Seaway, this is what my issue is right now. I don't want to keep having this tension as we stay in this house together. I want to be able to have fun up in this house together. Last summer, I went out with Sean because Seaway, you was doing all the other things you did, but I don't want you to feel some type of way about it. It was just single people having single fun at the time. But I'll make sure I include some more things. It's a conversation. That's all I'm saying. It's like, this is just a conversation these two ladies need to really sit down and actually have. But I just be feeling like Jordan keeps avoiding the real of the conversation.
Agreed. Oh, by the way, quick footnote. Trey reminded us the movie was Wedding Crashers.
Yeah, I seen it when I was there. That's why I said, Mom, the meatloaf.
Klinger. Anyway, it's like, what reference are you guys talking about now?
She don't know none of the movies.
You haven't seen Wedding Crashers, Seaway? Oh no.
No, I heard of Wedding Crashers, but this is also because I don't watch a lot of movies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Wedding Crashers is not before my time. I don't think I know about Wedding Crashers. I
think that's the most realest thing, Trey.
Yeah, definitely.
They can't take being a friend, can't keep a friend because they don't know how to be one in the first place. That's real. I don't know.
Listen, I go back to my original point. I think Jordan, if she's not in a relationship, she needs some self-love, Mm-hmm. And I think it just in a lot of ways too, because she doesn't, she's having, a different feeling about her beauty because of the alopecia. Also just being single, I'm sure for quite some time, being single probably during the pandemic, mixed in there. And, she just needs to love on herself in more ways than one.
And with you saying that, I'll say this. This is the best time to do it. You're going through your own transition, Jordan. You're transitioning into a new phase of yourself. And so now you have to learn to love yourself in the phase that you're in. Stare in the mirror, spend a lot of time with yourself, record yourself, hear yourself back. Just take this time to get to know who you are in this new phase. Because I'm not going to sit here and pretend that losing your hair, not by choice, is just the easy thing to do. Going through any type of health condition is just not the easy thing to do. You know what I'm saying? I had to transition myself when I had to realize that, you know what, I just do not want to deal with the fibroids anymore. So I'm have to relinquish my rights of giving up having any more children. That was a transition. But I had to take the time to sit here and say, I'm not less of a woman or a person by making this decision. I'm not less of a woman or person when I go through these things We all go through them. If you are into the Bible, read Job. Read all of Job and his story and his trials or whatever. He lost a lot in a little bit of a time. You know what I'm saying? But his faith kept him through it. So there's things that we can do to help encourage ourselves to stay, you know what, I'm not less of a person because I don't have this attribute anymore. This particular feature is gone on me. So it makes me different, but not less than. And you have to learn how to love on yourself a little bit more in these moments than you probably ever have to before. So I would just take this time of being single just to be able to just be happy alone. Find your happiness by yourself. And like I said to Summer about her situation, Noel about her situation, her daddy issue, when you start to be in a space where you find your happiness on your own, you know who to invite into your life, because you know immediately when they're adding to your happiness or maintaining or taking away from it. And you'll be like, you know what, if they start taking away any bit of your happiness, you'll be like, you know what, let me just exit you out real quick. Let me help you out the door real quick. And you start keeping those that actually want to be in your life for you in this particular stage. So I just say that to her: love on yourself, love on yourself, love on yourself. I don't know.
The last thing I was going to say is the beauty of aging and still being here is that if it doesn't kill you, it's going to happen to all of us. And hopefully it makes you stronger. Just since we all met, I was in the hospital diagnosed with autoimmune disorder between this time where we first met, right? And we all know about Sean, his story with his, defeating his, winning his cancer battle. And I just think about like how it does change you, right? But the people around you that lift you up to let you know that with aging and surviving, life gets hard. You're most likely going to battle something, right? Something that's going to really test you, and it may try to take you out, right? And you're going to have, like with alopecia, you're going to have moments. These autoimmune disorders, what people don't know is you don't beat it. You can try to maintain it. So you got to be mentally strong, and you got to realize that, like, hey, this is a part of me, but it doesn't define me, right? And the more you lean on other people, and try to work through it, actually the people that she's pushing away will be her biggest, support system. I think she thinks, that she is the only one battling with something really bad and that she's no longer herself, but she is. This is just something that makes her unique. It could be something that can make you more beautiful, something that you're going through. It's just amazing when Alexis was talking about her autoimmune disorder in the interview with Kojo, how many people came out in the comments talking about lupus, all these different stuff that people, don't even think about. And people are fighting it every day. She's not alone. She's not alone. So I just hope she realizes that, because I could tell right now she's in the stage where she feels like she's alone. And I think she'll get out of that. But life is life. It's going to get you. So now are you and Sean talking about me on the phone? Are y'all texting about me?
I'm not even looking down. I'm just reading what Jay say. So now you try again. You wrong. Loud and wrong. No.
Sean texted somebody.
Nah, Sean been texted, you know what I'm saying? Nah, Jay say, so we all friends. And I just realized when Seaway said that, we literally all have gone through some hospitalization since we met. That's crazy. That is actually crazy. We really went through it all and stuff. So no, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, but we leave space for each of us to go through that transition or whatever. We have our days where we lash out at each other or whatever. We try not to take it so serious or whatnot. Because we get to kick we get to kick in at the wrong times. But I mean, even with Coach, and we've just recently had, and he spoke on it on a live, that he was actually really pissed at us, well, me and Sean. Mostly me.
Oh, I said, what I do? Where was I?
Here you go. And
Okay.
mostly me, but he wanted to take it out on Sean instead of me. But we allow ourselves that space to do it and allow the space to come back and have that conversation with one another and try to figure out, hey, can we fix this? Can we move forward from here? How do we grow from here? You know. Yep, that's what she did. Mind her business.
When in Rome is my spirit animal, I swear. A son.
I still can't remember what she called When in Rome. When in Rome, do you remember what she let? I don't want to say her name because she's gonna say we keep saying her name every time.
I want to get under somebody's skin like When in Rome gets under people's skin. That's what I want to do.
I don't remember what she called her. That mess was funny.
Something about the graphics.
I don't know. I just look at friendship a lot differently. Because as a friend, I just don't hold too much expectations other than I know I've picked you for a reason. That's my expectation. I picked you to be in my life for a reason or whatever. And even if it's just for the season, I'll see you next season when you come back around. I'll be here, and we could talk about all the growths and the change in between or whatnot. But I'm very selective about my friends in the first place. And so that's probably why I don't just invite everybody in. I think you guys probably had the easiest entrance in my life. But we kind of just grew on it because of conversations that we had. And we just grew together for some odd reason. And it's been that. And we've grown in our own different ways. Me and Seaway have our own sidebar. I know you and Sean have your own sidebar. Sean and Coach have their own. So I don't know. If y'all was to go on a trip without me, I'm gonna say something, but I'm not gonna really feel no type of way at the end of the day, but I'm gonna talk my shit.
You a lie. Leo ain't standing for that.
I'm gonna talk my shit. I just said I'm gonna talk my shit.
Hear about that for now. That's one lie.
Now, if we had a whole trip and you didn't come,
no,
you would set fire ablaze. Jay, you just forgot 2 minutes ago.
No, that's why I just wanted. It was a test. I just wanted to make sure y'all know what type of friend I am. Okay, good job, y'all passed.
We already know. There's a lot of people that can be left behind on the trip, and Jay ain't one of them.
The trip ain't one of them. Now, some other things y'all can leave me out of, but a trip ain't.
Jay was mad because somebody didn't want to go on the excursion. I said, Jay, I'm not going on this excursion. I'm laying down.
Coach App made up for y'all.
Made
came on the excursion. Came on the excursion. All the other nonsense.
He was like, when it comes to me wanting to do something, oh, now you want me to change the date? We're like, Jay, she didn't even pick an excursion that's like 2 hours. It's all day and it's 2 hours away from the resort.
It was only all day because we had to leave. It's not my fault. Y'all stayed on one side of the island and we had to go travel to the other. What? All the excursions. When we was booking this trip, we said Naira was where all this excursions was at and stuff, but we ended up staying in Montego Bay. So it's not my fault that all the excursions on one side of the island and we on the other. Okay, but it's all right. Kojo went with me. My little brother went with me, so it's fine. And we had a good time. Me, my brother, and my sisters, and the brother-in-law. We had a great time. It was a family affair.
My twin.
Not Trey Max said, I'm already under people's skins. You don't need no help. Oh, you shady.
You see when in Rome's
vocabulary sometimes you didn't understand.
I figured you didn't understand it because you wasn't even mad about it. Not that you're gonna get mad anyway.
Whatever she said, it was funny though. I just can't remember what it was.
Yeah, I don't know. It was a whole. You got 20 minutes though, so it was a lot said. I don't remember all of them said.
African, please don't get Jay worked up because she is the friend on vacations that excursions are very important to her. So don't minimize her excursion experience, please.
Well, that was the thing. I'm such a people pleaser. I normally would have went. But I can't. I've been to Jamaica so many times against my will. This was another time that was against my will.
My God, against your will, my ace. Okay,
I wanted. Let me be clear.
Didn't nobody kidnap you and take you on a plane?
I'm a Sagittarius. I have FOMO, so I'm always pack the bag. But here's the thing.
No.
The
I need
people
you
were
to
not
take
against
account
my
now.
will. It's not the people. It's not the people. It was the location. I really did not want to go back. And I've done every single excursion in Jamaica.
I don't have no time for you because every location we pick, you had a no too.
She
Like,
always
so,
has some type of, oh no, no DC for me. I never have a good time in DC. You know,
no Miami.
Jamaica,
I don't have a good
like the
time in
food
Miami.
Jamaica.
No Houston.
Miami, I'm over it. It's too much. It's college. That's spring break.
So, okay, that's fair. And then I said, but I tell a lie? Because I'm gonna tell it, but when is it gonna be a lie? I said the food was disgusting, and Jay and I almost disappeared. How many pounds did you lose, Jay? I lost about 8 pounds, which I needed, so that was fine.
That helped me.
I lost about 8 pounds in Jamaica because I did not eat.
Good.
The fish was good. The KFC was good. After I appreciate Tasha. Shout out to Tasha for standing in that line for the KFC for us, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the KFC was that was bussin'.
Yeah, but the rest
we
of
had one good meal. We legit starved the whole trip. I know I did. And no, I did not like Miami either because Miami's another place. Who gonna be big bank, take little bank? Unless somebody going down there to blow a bag. I'm not trying to be in Miami. For what?
It was no Miami. It was no Houston. It was no DC. It was no Jamaica. That was like literally everywhere we mentioned. It was no.
That was true. I didn't like none of the options.
That's another song. Who is this? Is that Destiny's Child?
That's Destiny's Child.
No.
Yes, the KFC did hit like that. I'm not gonna hold you. That KFC was good in Jamaica. It was good.
But see, where you are super picky. You are very particular with just food in general. Like you like your specific things.
I do.
It's hard to please you when it comes to food.
Yeah, I was picky on that food too. But it's not it's not that we couldn't eat in Jamaica. It was what was at the resort. It just the resort. It was that just the food was not. You're paying for the food on a resort. I'm sorry. That's because that's really all you got. You know what I'm saying?
And I've been to multiple hotels in Jamaica where every time I go, people are like, oh no, that wasn't good enough. So like I went to the Rio, they said that's bottom of the line, okay? And then I went to another one that was better than Rio, and then that food was still nasty. The only food that I've able to eat anywhere in Jamaica was at the Hyatt Zilara in Jamaica. They had some food by the pool that I could eat at the Hyatt Zilara. That food was edible. The hotel we went at was supposed to be a nice hotel, and no one can argue with me that breakfast food was not even edible. Like it was like not edible. We had one decent meal for Sean's birthday, and I still only ate the soup.
Yeah, that was the most decent meal. Because I even ordered room service just to try it out, and it was just everything was a waste. They was probably mad at me because I wasted so much. I ain't gonna hold them though that grapefruit juice was hitting.
But the Jamaican restaurant that they had, whatever that was, World's Cafe, that was good the first night.
The first night, the oxtail was.
Yeah, and that what was it? Was it like a bread pudding or something that they had the first night?
The last night they didn't do so well on the last night.
Yeah, that was good. And the food that they served by the beach, like that, I think it was
fish.
kingfish.
That was the fish. Mm-hmm.
That kingfish, I probably had that every day that we were there at least once.
Oh man, you should have told me because I only went there that one time. I just want to make that walk
every day. Well, the day I had it twice, the day you went on excursions. Because me and Seaway were
actually now the food when we went on the excursion was good. We had some food on the excursion.
Yeah, and that's the thing I was trying to do too, but we didn't get a chance to plan it. Was organize a day of eating outside of the resort.
I know we didn't get it in.
The hors d'oeuvres we had on the boat were good.
The boat was pretty good. Yeah,
the boat was fine.
The boat was good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just when
they needed to take us to KFC afterwards.
Yeah, but I think that's just a general all-inclusive experience.
Yeah, the food is pretty much trash a lot of times.
Yeah.
They just giving us whatever because they like, oh, you done paid your money and you whatever. So, because I'm not gonna hold you, Rio and Cabo. Outside of that fried rice that we probably ate almost every day that we was there, anytime they had the fried rice section, We even
think
tried to
that's
go
why I
to that
like-
nice little restaurant. Mm-mm.
Usually, though, I would say my experience in Mexico, like I usually stay at the Hard Rocks in Mexico, and when I'm in Mexico, and then some of the other hotels in Cabo, whatever. In Mexico, no, when in Rome, I did not. They're all inclusive, a little better. But the DR and Jamaica, very similar issues. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, DR was the same for me. Except for the time we went, it was me and my boys. We had a villa and we had chefs come in
When I was
and
in the
make
DR, I
food for
was
us.
like in a villa, but it was hit and miss. It was hit and miss, depending on who was cooking the day. So
You got to know the chain. I would say Hard Rock, no matter where you go, to me has not let me down. But in general, I don't know.
yeah, offbeat in Mexico and Cabo and stuff like that. There's some places, because I'm not gonna hold you. The Italian place that we went to, there was a little what they call carnita spot that we went to one night or whatever. All the stuff off the resort was great. All the food that we had off the resort, but when on the resort, it was just like, yeah, good luck with that. So it was plenty drunk nights for me on low food. I was Alexis without the attitude in Cabo, child. I was drunk as heck. I ain't eat nothing. So, but I didn't have the attitude. So there's that. We had a good time. But yeah. Trey, get off the Zaddy's Discord, Zaddy, okay? Not today, okay? Not cut the we need to
Trey
make a
better cut
couple.
it out.
We need to make a
Natalie call.
we need to
like
make a
Amir.
Mexico trip, okay? And listen, y'all don't have to do the excursions with me. I'll leave y'all. Now, if I don't come back, I'm blaming y'all for my kidnapping because y'all didn't come with me. When I'm found, I'm blaming y'all for the kidnapping. So you better hope I don't get found.
Well, that was the other thing. My experience is there's more things close by in Mexico. Like you don't have to
Yeah.
I guess depending on where the resort is, but like Jamaica had this ban on jet skis that popped up.
I know that.
So
yeah, in that area, in that whole area that we was in.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Montego, I was like, geez. Oh, because I got this hair like this now. I look like Alexa. All light-skinned people look alike, huh? Wow, went around. Wow. Wow. No, daggone well, I don't look like that lady.
Not you channeling her. Well, go ahead, channel her so you can get
okay, because it's my pretty.
Channel her so you can get 300 comments with capes on defending you for your channel. Go ahead.
My pretty, is that what you're saying? That I look so pretty? That's what you
need to get all that Karen privilege she received. So channel her. Go ahead. So people can flood your channel.
Now they want to marry me instead of kidnap me. They probably do both, kidnap and marry me. It'll be all right. I won't understand nothing they say. I'll be like, I don't know. I don't know what you're saying. Damela dinero. That's it. Give me money. They gonna send me back. They be like, this heifer here. You ain't doing it right. Damela dinero and comas mi panocha. That's all I know.
What?
You need to learn some different words.
Anocha is night. That's all I was able to piece together.
Anocha?
No, she talking about doing something you ain't supposed to be saying on here. She being fast.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
She being fast.
We're gonna do I need the translation backstage.
Nah, I didn't say noche. I didn't say noche.
Oh.
I said
Oh.
Anyways, y'all got any more on this episode? Because now we just bumping our gums at this point. Child.
We don't. We just hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there was folks from I don't know, Another Round Little Black Book who joined me on my TikTok today. That was really nice.
Oh.
My basketball TikTok.
I know. I need to add y'all to the because I think I put the thing, but I did it in a hurry. I didn't write y'all stuff on this one. I gotta redo the description box.
Oh, I definitely had people on there today because I wasn't just talking about basketball. I was talking about Morgan with the random man from Atlanta. How I keep blocking her stuff and she keep popping up.
Oh, she's still going. I haven't had her on my thing in a while.
She's still scamming.
Talking about her car. The last time I seen her car got stolen.
Mm-hmm.
Let me write that.
Okay, I don't have to ask Mark about this hotel. I'm confused.
Anyway, Sean, you want to give us? Oop, not this trying to do what it want to do. You want to give us our last thoughts on these people before we get up out of here? Our last round.
Sure, sounds good. So we had another spirited discussion. Thank y'all for hanging out. I think, we learned the importance and the value of friendships, right? Talk about your friends. Hopefully they don't let you down and that they will be around. Friendships are so important. We as people are designed to be in a community with one another. So, give your friends some grace. Seaway shared some great jewels about grace and allowing your friends the space to be who they are and allow them to evolve. Right. Friends may not be the same person they were 5 years ago, but at their core and at their heart, they are still the same person. Now, if they're not, you may need to reevaluate that relationship. And if it's one that's still worthy of hanging on to, and just to end like we always do, this is another round. So this is a different type of space over here. We're going to give you a drink reference. So the drink reference is, in a drink, you have your base and you have your chaser. The base, for those that may not know, like your base might be gin, like you might be a gin person, you might be a vodka person, you might be a Hennessy person, but your chaser can change depending on the drink that you have. So some people like cranberry juice, some people like orange juice, some people like pineapple juice, some people like apple juice. It all depends. The chaser can change and it will change the nature of the drink, but sometimes you can try a different drink. The base is the same, but the chaser is different. So give people a chance to change their chaser. They're not always going to be the same exact drink. Sometimes it's going to be slightly, subtly different, but it's still a good drink and it's still worth it. They're still worth a shot. Back to you, Jay.
Thank you for that, LBB CNN anchor. Shout out to all of y'all in the chat that was here with us tonight. You could have been anywhere else in the world, but you decided to drink with us. We appreciate y'all for being here. And Coach is not here tonight, but I believe Maya, he has tomorrow. I do not know what time he has her tomorrow, but he's supposed to be interviewing Maya tomorrow at Little Black Book. So we'll see you guys over there tomorrow for that interview. Y'all keep your notification bells on over there so you'll know what time it is. And, we'll all be over there when we get there. Anyways, thank you all for joining us tonight. If you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and leave a comment if you're watching this on the replay. Until then, follow all my people on their different platforms. Sean is on IG under his name, Sean Davis 120. Seaway is under It's Seaway World Esquire on TikTok. And I don't know if it's another one you want to shout out, Seaway, or if that's the only one you want to
we can just leave that. Oh, to go to Africa, that's my girl. Somebody, we got to do a special. Girl, when I tell you, are you an attorney too, or a professor, or something in academia? Because when I tell you, you got the beginning, the middle, the end. You know how to write something real clear and real cute. You keep it real cute. I'm a stan.
Let's get ready for these RTL lies, Lord Jesus.
Oh, you're not? Look, you're writing the way you make it clear, because you understand some of these people get in these comments and they write stuff and it's so hard to follow. And I got ADD, so I really don't, but I act like I do. But if I can follow what you writing, oh yes. They'll tell you I lose attention quick.
Anyway, we're going to get up out of here because she is going to be on a good one. I'll see y'all later, man. Y'all have a good night. All right. Love y'all. Bye.
It's just that when we get together, bad things happen and people get hurt.
Yeah, that's the point. It's funny.